Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 1 preview between the St. Louis Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Rams.
Now for the Rams, spreading the field does give them the lanes and the spacing that they want in the running game. They do have a breakaway threat in Darrell Richardson. They also have two athletic tight ends in Jared Cook and Lance Kendrick, and those two guys, in my opinion, are crucial versus the blitz and also aiding in the running game. All eyes will be on the offensive line, so keep an eye on how well Sam Bradford does in the pocket. Can they keep him well protected? And defensively, the biggest matchups will take place on the corners, with Cortland Finnegan and Janoris Jenkins matching up versus Larry Fitzgerald and Michael Floyd. The underneath coverage for the Rams is also key because they may be without Darian Stewart at strong safety and Quentin Pointer at cornerback. So they're going to depend on a lot of youth and inexperience in the slot and at the strong safety position. Now let's move over to Arizona in this matchup, and the Cardinals should be a lot better offensively with Arians and Goodwin running the offense. And this week versus the Rams, the offensive success depends on Carson Palmer being able to get rid of the football quickly. The Rams love the pressure off the edge, so the screen game needs to be in effect. Defensively, they can go aggressive on the edges because of their secondary. And I would also match up Tyrann Mathieu on Tavon Austin. That should be an interesting battle to watch throughout the course of the game. And the Rams love to run power and belly, so the front seven has to be ready to stop the run. So let's go inside the lab to take a look at some X's and O's for both teams in this matchup.
The staple of the Bruce Arians rushing attack is the Wham play, and he loves to utilize the tight end to execute the Wham. And I love the backfield that they have out there in Arizona. All three guys, in my opinion, have that elite level quickness and vision. You look at Stephen Taylor, Rashard Mendenhall, Andre Ellington. This is going to be an excellent play for the Cardinals this season. I'm going to show you how they block it up. Now we have your base set that Arians loves to run. You have two tight ends. You're going to keep a tight end off the line of scrimmage because he is the Wham guy. And we're whamming this defensive end here. So we're going to call this play 34 Wham. We're whamming the 4-hole. Back is going to go here with a design cutback. So we're going to show you how we're going to block it up. We're base blocking on backside, tackle on the defensive end, guard on this 3 technique. Now over on the play side, you have the center and the guard working on this 1 tech. They have to get this guy blocked so that way the running back can have free reign to the cutback. We're not going to block the backside backer. We're going to have this play side tackle work up and get the middle backer out of the play. We're going to base block the tight end on this backer. Receiver is going to walk up to try to get this strong safety, and that's how we're going to block this side. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hope this defensive end lined up in a 6 technique flies up the field. Why? Because in a short motion before the ball is snapped, snap it about right here when he gets in outside lane of the guard, shoots across, whams him, quarterback reverses out, running back steps to the left, gets the handoff, and feels the cutback right there. So that's the 34 Wham. That's one of the staples of the Bruce Arians rushing attack, and I think the Cardinals can have some big-time success with this play throughout the course of the season, especially in this game versus the Rams. The St. Louis Rams can have some success versus the Arizona Cardinals running game if they go to a situational eagle look. And a lot of this depends on the film study, down and distance tendencies, so you know when you can go to this defense. So I think this is how they can have some success. I'm going to get out the way and explain their responsibilities. Now, the eagle defender would be right here. That's your lighter linebacker, maybe a Ray Armstrong or Alec Ogletree, whom they drafted in the 1st round. We're going to show you their responsibilities. Now you look at the free safety. He's going to be aligned 9 yards off the ball over the tight end, and once he sees this tight end blocks, he's going to work his way up to the depth of the linebackers, and it's up to him to still keep an eye on his tight end. If he free releases after he blocks and get into a route, he's responsible for that. You're also putting a lot of pressure on your cornerback, so you really have to trust what you have in your personnel. You believe these guys can man up one-on-one, then you can do this defense. You can utilize this defense in this situation. Now, the right defensive end will be here. This is the guy that's aligned in the 7 technique. He's controlling the 5 gap, so he's playing contain. He has to occupy this tight end and hold him at the line of scrimmage. The defensive tackle in the 3 technique position right here. This is a guy that's going to have to grab the guard. He reads the double team, grabs the guard, and is going to have to do a seat roll technique where he's going to fall on the ground at the legs of this offensive tackle, creating a massive 3-man pileup. Yes, that's a technique that they utilize, and he's going to have to work this way to effectiveness. Now, the eagle alignment the eagle backer is in a 3 alignment, which is the same as the defensive tackle, except he's standing up. He's going to read this double team right here, and it's his job to press tightly off the butt of this defensive tackle and take on wrong shoulder with this pulling guard coming around this way right here. And the nose guard or nose tackle, nose guard, the one technique right here. This is a guy that has to step with his inside foot and get penetration. If he can get penetration, he can blow this play up. And you look at the inside linebacker right here, pursuit toward the outside run. He's the pursuit defender. If this back takes an outside arc to try to beat this strong safety on the outside, it's his job to make that tackle. He is what you would call the spill defender. Everyone's spilling it to the outside. His job is to make the tackle. The weak side backer, as well as the weak side defensive end, his responsibility is the cutback. So you see how situationally the Rams can have some success versus the Cardinals by utilizing their personnel and going to an eagle defense in certain down and distance situations.
Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this matchup. For the Cardinals, you want to exploit the tight end versus safety matchup. I think they can have an advantage there. I know they are missing their top 2 tight ends, but I do think they can match up well versus the Rams safeties. You want to exploit that in this ball game. And a dash and sprint out protection with Carson Palmer this week should be in effect as well. Get him on the move, give him different launch pad spots to throw the football. And the strong safeties really need a big game versus the St. Louis Rams. As Jeremiah Bell and also Tony Jefferson, those guys really have to step up and control the running game and also control the middle of the field. Now for the Rams, they want to work the hashes to the perimeter in the passing game on the middle of the field first, then work outside, and I think they can have some success. And Michael Brockers has to win on the inside. An outstanding one technique that can get that penetration. He has to cause disruption along that weakened Cardinals interior offensive line, and they have to play sound special teams. I believe right now the Cardinals have one of the best special teams units in the league, so the Rams will have to be sound in their coverage ability, both on the kickoff returns as well as on punt returns. We know they can kick the heck out of the football, talking about the Rams, but their coverage units have to be on point this week versus Arizona. The X factor for the Rams will be their safety play, more in particular TJ McDonald, a rookie starting at free safety. He's going to have to be on his A game. He can't get caught looking in the backfield. He can't be late getting over top of Larry Fitzgerald. Otherwise, it could be a long day for that secondary. The X factor for the Cardinals will be their tight end play. They're going to be without Jeff King, Rob Hausler in this matchup, so they're going to need rookie DC Jefferson and veteran Jim Dre, as well as Corey Sperry, to step up and make plays not only in the passing game but also be effective in run blocking. I like the Rams in this game. I think they'll win the battle in the trenches and look for a low-scoring game, as I think both defenses will do a great job of keeping each other's offense at bay. Special teams will have a huge impact and will decide this one, but I like the Rams in a close one at home. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Cardinal fan forums and Ram fan forums for always showing football game plan support.